Let's be honest, okay? Most meme coins are obvious scams. No utility, no roadmap, no long-term value, and yet every cycle, intelligent people still buys them. Not because they're stupid, but because meme coins are engineered to exploit human psychology. In this video, we're breaking down the dark psychological mechanics that makes rug pulls work again and again. Let's break this down simply. You don't buy meme coins because of their value. You buy them because other people already did. Okay, so something like holder counts, volume, trending list acts as shortcut for your brain. So instead of asking, is this good? You ask how many people are in. What about, insider wallets? Is it trending on screeners? Okay, so all of this is social metrics that really hijack your emotional brain. And then FOMO kicks in. You're early, this is about to run, last entry, 100x guaranteed, community is strong, all this kind of saying, like culture as well. Okay, all of these things are there to justify your FOMO. So the faster the chat move, the less time your brain has to think, the more emotional you are, and the more irrational your decision becomes. That's not accidental. This is by design. FOMO is kind of weird that it emerges when times are greedy, but it is actually fear, right? Fear of missing out. And our brains are wired to have negativity bias, so bad news hits harder. Threats feel more urgent, evolution makes us that way. So missing a positive opportunity meant only inconvenience. Missing a threat means death. So the brain learned a rule, pay more attention to danger than reward. And this makes us more susceptible to FOMO. Now then you are wondering, doesn't that make us more risk averse? Well, sadly, FOMO makes something that is greedy in nature or have a positive impact, like making money, and turns it into fear or negative. Okay, so this is why people use limited editions or flash sale or whatever tactic to induce FOMO, so that customers think more with their heart rather than their brain. The biggest myth in crypto is that intelligence, protects you. It doesn't, guys, especially in meme coins. Okay, in meme coins, being smart can actually make you more vulnerable. Smart people don't fall for scam blindly, they fall for them strategically. When a smart person, sees a meme coin, they don't ask, is this legit? They ask, how early am I? They spot the red flags, something like anonymous developers, no utility, copy-paste contracts, etc., etc. And instead of walking away like normal, regular old people, they mentally price them in and try to game the system and eat those stupid enough to ape it after them. Now that is the trap. Okay, intelligence, creates confidence, and confidence creates the belief that you are right. Then you can outtime the crowd. You are right in the sense of the investing decision. I'll exit before liquidity rise up, I'll sell into the hype, all those kinds of saying, right? I know exactly how this ends. So in meme coins, everyone thinks like this, especially the smart people who also understand the narratives. They seek related cryptocurrency, related meme coins that are booming. Now, and they see momentum, they see attention, they see how beliefs spread, okay? And they mistake that they understand the game for being able to, beat the market. The moment a smart person says, I know it's a scam, but they've already lost, okay? At that point, it's no longer analysis by their brain. It's more of an ego and biased decision making that makes their brain justify what their heart actually thinks. So this can be compounded worse if by luck or by trying their strategy they win before. So they have more confidence in their strategy or in their ability to hold. The belief that awareness equals immunity. The truth is that meme coin is a casino. The house always wins. Only a very small number of people that are not insiders or cabals actually made it big. And an even smaller amount of people manage to retain that wealth. Because people only stop gambling when they lose, not when they win. Because the brain keeps saying, you can make it bigger, right? But we are all humans, right? There is nobody that can say they can make decision based on logic alone by themselves. Because there is always a bias. And this gets exacerbated when people start to open crypto social media. People farming engagement by stealing coins, sharing opiums, and encouraging others, and in some cases, deluding themselves about a particular coin. With the current social media algorithm, you are essentially living in an echo chamber. If day in, day out, you get blasted by this coin 100x, sharing screenshot of wins, sharing stories of success, etc. No matter how mentally resilient you are, you will fold. And now there is billions of dollars in the meme coin space, attracting groups of smart, intelligent people to utilize their skill to exploit our brains. And they are known as cabals. So long before the launch of the meme coin, they already had a plan. Split funds on different wallets, preferably non-connected ones, because right now we can track about connected wallets, decide what the flow of transactions should be, prepare influencer to shield, pre-write memes and tweets that can be scheduled to be posted. Then they will enact their plans, causing their coins to rise in price and attract attention. This attention then attract more attention until all the team has to do is sit back and wait until the target is achieved. Their social media is active due to piles of pre-made tweets, and they are on Discord sharing memes, creating an illusion of a strong community and an active developer, a sense of belonging, and a tribalistic ferocity in defending said project. Usually they sell slowly at first. In every pump they sell, but if they decide that it is time, a click of a button and all wallets sell, leaving those holding the bags, holding worthless tokens that can't even be sold. So how do we fight against it? Short answer is we can't or we don't, right? Meme coin investing is like 99.99% gambling, right? Sometimes there's something that can hijack your brain so much that the only option is to walk away and never touch it. Think like gambling, drugs, etc. Once you tasted a win, it is essentially game over for you. My advice is to only buy something that you actually think about buying for a couple of days. This will help curb some of that emotional brain's thoughts and lower your FOMO influence on your decision making. Also, learn to control your emotions. Usually this is easier by going to the gym or training your body like running, cycling, etc. to fight your urge to be lazy. This can help train you to never let your emotions be your guide, but let your emotions follow you. But the best way to not get wrapped is having a team or minimally a friend that you can discuss with. Find a friend that can help you rethink and reevaluate the situation. So usually it is better if the friend is not that well versed in crypto, which makes you needing to convince them to agree with your decision. This can increase the likelihood you wake up from your FOMO-induced buying need to a more rational state of mind. What do you guys think? So leave a comment below, and if you have more advice to counter meme coins, stay safe and bye-bye.